been here since October, you've got a problem with mould. Tell us all about it.
Well, when I moved in, heaters went on. I only worked for, what, 2 or 3 days? They've all cut out, not working now. Everything, when I come back into the property, everything was dripped onto my furniture, from the ceilings, coming down my walls, which I took photos of. And it's just been mayhem since then.
So you move into a new flat, and you're thinking, it's got some damp problem with it.
Yeah.
What did you do? Obviously you said you've seen it, you've taken photographs of it. What did you do then? Who did you contact?
My council, repairs, my estate officer, which they sent reporters round, 3 different reporters. And then it was, I've had no heating since then, because everything went off. So nothing worked since then. So that's now April now. So they've left me with no heating and hot water since October. I've had 2 people come round to look at my boiler. Still nothing. They said they've fixed it, gone away still. So it's one of them. I can't wash up. I can't have a bath. Do you know what I mean? So but they just leave me.
So have you got a damp problem, or have you got a boiler problem?
Both. My damp and my boiler, everything. The damp, it's in every room. But as you can see, it's all coming back again. And that's after them coming around and putting anti-mould paint, after they told me they was going to renew my ceilings, take everything off and replaster them. They never.
One thing the council have been doing is putting in heat ventilation units.
I've had a new heating ventilation system put in, which they said after that would be put in, I'd have no mould come back within a week, as you can see, because you've seen it, it's come back.
So you're saying these
the ventilation system does not stop mould. So whoever says ventilation system stop mould, it doesn't, as you can see yourself. And that's just over a course of 2 weeks, and that's been painted.
Is this costing you?
Costing me? Yeah, £60 a week on my electric. God knows what else I've paid out for. Twicely decorated. My floors had to be taken up twice. The flooring in my bathroom has been done 3 times, which I've got to take up again because it's so wet underneath. I had the bath panel taken off through someone I know, and when it was taken off, it's absolutely disgusting. It needed a new bath fitted. But obviously the panel's been put back on.
And is it right you moved here to downsize?
I downsized them. I downsized, give them back a 2-bedroom flat, perfectly immaculate all the way through, which they haven't contacted me about my flat because they'd have no reason to, because it's immaculate, which my estate officer knows. I've downsized and they've left me here since October 22nd, and it's now the first week in April, and I'm still living exactly how I did the week I moved in. I've even asked them for my keys back from my old property and said, add this back. So they went, no, we'll put you in. The mould was that bad in my property that they said they was going to put me in a hotel for 3 weeks. So they knew that it was mouldy because they said themselves they was going to put me in a hotel for 3 weeks. But yet still I'm sitting here.
Anybody ever mentioned that it might be your fault?
Oh yeah, it is my fault. When the reporter come round, the leaking in the bathroom was my fault, which was on paper. The day I moved in, I needed a 24-hour call out because there was a leak in my bathroom. So if it was down on paper 24 hours before I moved in the property, how could that be my fault?
And you're not.
And my estate officer stood here and said it wasn't my fault to that reporter.
And you're not somebody who they might call a vexatious complainer. When you lived in the previous place, were you on the phone all the time?
Never ever called. I never had to. Never had to, because my flat was perfect around there apart from my bathroom, which took them 6 or 7 months to do that. But when I moved out the property, the bathroom wasn't finished.
Do you get the impression there are a lot of people in the same boat in the Flowers estate?
In this estate, yeah. I think it's these flats, they're old, you know, and they're all wood. Everything's mouldy. Like my flooring now, it's absolutely soaking wet. Of a night time, it drips from my ceilings onto my floors, you know, so... And then, when it ain't my floor, because it wasn't the floor before that, it was dripping onto my furniture, which I've had to buy a new settee, new TV, everything, you know, so... Flooring can't be finished because it's all wet. It gets damp that much of a night time that the floor, it's all wood. So it gets that wet that the cement won't lay. But then, again, the council said that's my fault. It's my fault that it drips, it's my fault that the moulds come, basically everything's my fault.